Beloved Chosen One, today we gather in a sacred space, a meeting of minds and souls, to explore a truth that has long whispered at the edges of our consciousness, the existence of our higher self. The notion of a higher self may, at first, seem abstract, even implausible, especially in a world that values only what can be seen, measured, and controlled. But what if reality is far more expansive than we have been taught? What if your higher self is not a distant, unreachable concept, but a living, breathing presence, just within arm's reach, patiently waiting for you to notice? Imagine the immense possibilities if you could recognize the signals your higher self is sending. Subtle nudges, quiet whispers, invisible currents pulling you towards certain people, places, ideas, and awakenings. The higher self is not a fantasy, it is the silent architect of your deepest desires, guiding you toward revelations that transcend your physical senses. Our existence is an intricate dance between three dimensions: physical, emotional, and spiritual. These aspects of our being are not isolated, they are profoundly interconnected, influencing one another in ways seen and unseen. Even if we try to ignore this sacred unity, it continues to shape our lives from the inside out. Have you ever paused to ask yourself, what is my higher self asking of me? Could it be that your soul is yearning, not for more busyness, more noise, or more distractions, but for awareness, for stillness, for a sacred awakening to the energies that silently weave through your daily existence? Your higher self seeks your attention not to control you, but to liberate you. It longs to heighten your sensitivity to the unseen currents of blessing and warning, so you may walk with discernment, courage, and grace. Without this connection, how can we truly know what nourishes or depletes our inner energy? How can we thrive instead of merely survive? And so today, we embark on a spiritual pilgrimage together, one heart, one spirit, one sacred intention, to uncover the enigmatic signals your higher self has been using to capture your attention. Each sign we explore will be an invitation, a doorway into deeper understanding, deeper empowerment, and deeper connection with the highest version of yourself. Before we dive into this journey, I want to pause for a moment to express my deepest gratitude. To all of you who have supported this mission through Super Thanks donations, whether large or small, please know that your generosity sustains and inspires this sacred work. Your kindness fuels the creation of spaces like this, where souls can gather, learn, and awaken. And even if you have simply given your time, your presence, and your open heart, my gratitude for you knows no bounds. If this message resonates with you so far, I invite you to leave a comment below with the number 999, the number of completion, spiritual fulfillment, and new beginnings. By commenting 999, you are declaring that you are here, present, and ready to walk boldly into the awakening of your higher self. Let us affirm together, right here, right now, we are ready. So take a deep breath, open your heart. Listen not just with your ears, but with your spirit. The signs are all around you. The call is already within you. Let's step into this sacred journey together. God's chosen ones, signs that your higher self is trying to get your attention. Sign 1. The world of vivid dreams. Have you recently found yourself waking up from dreams that feel more vivid than reality itself? Dreams so powerful that they linger in your mind throughout the day, stirring emotions and thoughts you cannot easily dismiss. If so, you are not imagining it, dear chosen one. These vivid dreams are not mere accidents of the subconscious mind. They are sacred transmissions, divine communications from a higher realm seeking to connect with you at a pivotal moment in your journey. Dreams have always been a profound method through which the spiritual world communicates with the earthly. When your higher self, guided by the hand of God, desires to deliver an important message, it often bypasses the distractions of the waking world and whispers directly to your soul through the stillness of sleep. Have you paused to wonder why these dreams often feel like glimpses beyond time, touching the past, present, and future all at once? Throughout history, dreams have served as divine bridges, vehicles carrying warnings, confirmations, encouragement, and revelation. When you experience these vivid dreams, it is a clear sign that your spiritual senses are awakening and your destiny is drawing near. They are not random or meaningless. They are deliberate, orchestrated moments intended to realign you with your soul's true path. Consider the story of Joseph in the Bible. In Genesis 37, Joseph was given dreams that foretold his future leadership and elevation. His dreams were not welcomed by those around him. They stirred jealousy and anger. Yet those visions were accurate reflections of the divine plan for his life. Genesis 37:5 says, Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him all the more. Like Joseph, you too may find that your dreams isolate you from others or cause misunderstanding. But fear not. Your dreams are confirmation, not confusion. You may ask yourself, why now? Why are these dreams becoming so vivid and frequent at this stage of your life? Could it be because you are being positioned for something greater? Could it be because your soul's appointed time is approaching and heaven itself is preparing you for the transition? Many notable figures in history and modern times have testified to the guiding power of dreams. Take Harriet Tubman, for example, the legendary liberator known as the Moses of her people. She attributed much of her guidance during the Underground Railroad missions to visions and dreams she believed were divinely inspired. Despite her limited formal education, Harriet's supernatural insights made her one of history's greatest freedom fighters. Have you considered that perhaps, like Harriet, your dreams are calling you to lead, to liberate, or to elevate others in ways you have not yet fully imagined? The Bible gives us numerous assurances that God speaks through dreams. In Job 33:14-16, it is written, For God does speak, now one way, now another, though no one perceives it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they slumber in their beds, he may speak in their ears and terrify them with warnings. Are you paying attention to the whispers in your sleep? Are you recording the visions, the symbols, the emotions? They are not fleeting. They are fingerprints of divine intention placed delicately upon your soul. Another powerful real-life example is Paul McCartney, the legendary member of the Beatles. The iconic melody for Yesterday, one of the most famous songs of all time, came to him fully formed in a dream. He awoke, played the tune on the piano, and the rest became history. If a simple dream can bring forth a song that touches billions, imagine what divine ideas your dreams could be planting in your spirit right now. Sometimes these dreams might show you events that are currently unfolding in your life. When that happens, it is your higher self, connected intimately with God's plan, signaling you to pay closer attention, to nurture your gifts, and to move boldly toward your destiny. It's almost as if your soul is writing letters to your future self, urging you forward. In Daniel 2:19 it is revealed, during the night, the mystery was revealed to Daniel in a vision. Then Daniel praised the God of heaven. Daniel's gift to interpret dreams positioned him before kings and influenced empires. Similarly, could it be that your dreams are preparing you for an audience you have not yet met, for an opportunity you have not yet seen? Throughout your life, you may have brushed off certain dreams, assuming they were meaningless. But now, you are being asked to reconsider. You are being invited to lean in, to listen deeper, and to trust that what is being shown to you holds the keys to your next elevation. Another inspiring figure is Mary Shelley, the author of Frankenstein. At just 18 years old, she had a vivid dream that birthed the entire plot of her groundbreaking novel, a work that would forever alter the landscape of literature and science fiction. One powerful dream reshaped her destiny. What hidden genius might your dreams be waiting to unleash? Scripture further assures us in Acts 2:17, "In the last days, God says, I will pour out my Spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy, your young men will see visions, your old men will dream dreams." This is not just an ancient promise, it is an active prophecy, alive within you today. As one chosen by God, you are part of a prophetic generation destined to receive visions, to see beyond the veil, and to move with divine wisdom into places others cannot access. Consider the life of Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds in history. He often spoke of how many of his insights, including the theory of relativity, were inspired by images and ideas that came to him through dreams and quiet contemplation. Genius, invention, salvation, they all begin with unseen seeds planted in the subconscious. Could your dreams be carrying revolutionary seeds that the world is desperate for you to release? As you reflect on the world of vivid dreams, ask yourself, what recurring symbols or themes have been appearing? Are there instructions you have been ignoring? Might there be a divine treasure hidden in what you once dismissed as mere fantasy? Chosen. 1. Your dreams are not just dreams. They are divine blueprints. They are heavenly whispers. They are strategic revelations sent to guide you into greater realms of abundance, leadership, healing, and purpose. Will you answer the call of your dreams? Will you dare to believe that what you have seen in the night is preparing you for miracles in the light of day? As you begin to awaken through the vivid dreams sent to you, those sacred whispers from your higher self, you may notice that the divine conversation does not stop when you open your eyes. Another profound sign often unfolds quietly in your daily life, hidden in plain sight, waiting to reveal even deeper layers of your soul's journey. Let's step forward and explore this next subtle but powerful sign. Sign 2. The phenomenon of mirroring yourself in others. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation with someone only to realize that your thoughts, words, and emotions seem to align perfectly, almost as if you were reading from the same script? Perhaps you've noticed the way your expressions, gestures, or even opinions seem to mirror each other naturally, without any effort. At first glance, it might seem like a mere coincidence, a random alignment of thoughts. Yet, dear chosen one, what you are witnessing is something far more profound. It is the sacred phenomenon of mirroring, a subtle but powerful sign that your higher self is communicating with you through the lives and reflections of others. Mirroring is not just social mimicry or emotional resonance. It is a divine tool used by the higher realms to bring you into greater awareness of your own soul's journey. When your higher self wants to draw your attention to a hidden truth, it often uses the people around you as living mirrors, reflecting the parts of you that need acknowledgement, healing, or activation. Have you ever paused to consider why certain conversations leave you feeling deeply seen or strangely stirred? Could it be that your soul is speaking to you through another's lips? Throughout the scriptures, we see evidence of God using the mirroring of others to reveal deeper truths. In Proverbs 27:19, it says, "As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart." What is reflected to you in the lives of others is not random. It is a divinely orchestrated glimpse into your inner world. When you encounter someone whose struggles mirror your own silent battles, or whose victories echo your own hidden desires, it is heaven's way of confirming that you are not alone, that your journey is known, and that growth is taking place within you. Think about the great inventor Nikola Tesla, a man whose ideas and understandings of energy, frequency, and vibration were far ahead of his time. Tesla often spoke of receiving flashes of insight, and he believed that the universe was deeply interconnected, reflecting knowledge back to him when he was tuned into the right frequency. Could it be that, like Tesla, your encounters with others are not just social interactions, but divine reflections intended to elevate your consciousness? Often, mirroring happens at critical junctures of your spiritual journey, when you are about to step into a new phase of your calling. In these moments, God sends individuals who unknowingly reflect your hidden strength, your unresolved fears, or your emerging gifts. The question is, are you paying attention? Are you listening not just with your ears, but with your spirit? In the book of 2 Corinthians 3:18, we are reminded, "And we all, who with unveiled faces contemplate the Lord's glory, are being transformed into his image with ever-increasing glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit." Every time you notice a reflection in another, you are witnessing a fragment of your transformation, a shimmering glimpse of the glory being cultivated within you. These reflections are invitations to deeper intimacy with God and a clearer understanding of your own divine purpose. Consider the journey of Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential women in the world. Oprah often shares how many of her life-changing moments came through conversations where someone else's story mirrored her own hidden dreams and unhealed wounds. Through recognizing these mirrors, she was able to embrace her calling and step into her destiny with boldness. Have you reflected lately on the conversations and connections that seem to stir something deeper within you? Could they be God's way of confirming your readiness for more? Mirroring is often most evident when you create intentional spaces of stillness. In the hurried noise of life, these divine signals can easily be overlooked. But when you quiet your mind and listen with your soul, the lessons hidden in these reflections become radiant. It is written in Psalm 46:10, "Be still and know that I am God." In the stillness, the whispers become clear, and you begin to see not just with natural eyes, but with the eyes of the Spirit. In that sacred silence, you recognize that what you see reflected around you is heaven's gentle hand sculpting your destiny. Think about J.K. Rowling, the creator of the Harry Potter series. Before she became a household name, Rowling faced tremendous struggles. Yet during her lowest points, she encountered stories and people that mirrored her own perseverance and dreams, subtly reminding her of the magic she carried within. Had she not paid attention to those reflections, the world might never have known her brilliance. Is it possible that the encounters you are having right now are divine nudges, urging you to see the greatness already stirring within you? Another powerful scripture that highlights this beautiful mystery is found in James 1:23-24. Anyone who listens to the word but doesn't do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in a mirror and, after looking at himself, goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. Mirroring invites you to remember who you truly are, to recognize your divine image reflected in unexpected places, and to refuse to walk away from your authentic self. Think too of Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple. Jobs often spoke about the importance of intuition and connecting unseen dots. Much of his innovation came through recognizing reflections of possibility in seemingly unrelated fields: art, calligraphy, music. He once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards." What connections, what reflections might you recognize now if you dare to look more closely? Every mirroring moment is a reminder that you are woven into a divine tapestry of purpose. Your higher self, synchronized with God's Spirit, orchestrates these encounters not to confuse you, but to awaken you. They serve as sacred echoes, reverberating across the corridors of your soul, calling you to step boldly into your next chapter. Have you been listening carefully to the words spoken around you lately? Have you noticed the signs in the smiles, the sorrows, the victories of others? Dear chosen one, mirroring is heaven's way of showing you that you are never truly alone, that every step you take is part of a greater choreography of grace. So the next time you find your soul stirred by someone else's story, their triumph, or even their struggle, remember, you are not just witnessing their journey, you are glimpsing your own evolving reflection in the mirror of destiny. Will you embrace the reflections God is sending you? Will you dare to see yourself more clearly through the sacred mirrors He has placed along your path? Sign 3. The guiding light of intuition. Have you ever felt an unexplained urge to take a different path, make an unexpected choice, or avoid a situation without fully understanding why? That quiet inner nudge, that sudden knowing beyond logic, is not a random impulse. It is the sacred language of intuition, the divine compass placed within you by God to guide your journey on earth. Your intuition, dear chosen one, is one of your most precious gifts. It serves as a beacon of truth, a silent guardian, whispering insights that protect you, align you, and prepare you for greater victories. Imagine a simple but revealing scene. You are commuting to work on a busy morning. Standing at a crossroads, you weigh two possible routes, the familiar, habitual way, or a lesser-known alternative. Without tangible evidence, a subtle feeling rises within you, suggesting that the unfamiliar path might be the wiser choice. Trusting that instinct, you follow it, and soon hear news of a major accident on your usual route, causing chaos and delays. Without fully realizing it, you have been safeguarded from frustration and setbacks simply by honoring that quiet, internal voice. How many such moments have passed by unnoticed in your life? How many times have you felt a gentle pull only to rationalize it away? Throughout Scripture, we find affirmation that God speaks to His people in ways beyond natural senses. In Isaiah 30:21, it is written, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" This voice is not always thunderous. More often it is the soft but persistent whisper of intuition, faithfully guiding your steps. In the lives of extraordinary individuals, we also see how intuition has been a catalyst for destiny. Consider Joan of Arc, the young peasant girl who led France to crucial victories during the 100 Years' War. Joan testified that she was guided by inner voices and visions, intuitive insights she believed came from divine sources. Though she faced ridicule, imprisonment, and even death, her unwavering obedience to that sacred inner guidance changed the course of history. Could it be that your inner nudges, too, are setting you on a path toward greater courage and leadership than you have yet imagined? One remarkable trait of intuition is its prophetic nature. It not only helps avoid danger, but also highlights unseen opportunities. How many times have you felt a nudge to reach out to someone, to apply for something, or to turn away from a path that seemed promising but felt wrong? Each moment of intuition carries within it the seeds of divine orchestration. In Proverbs 3:5-6, the Bible teaches, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Trusting your intuition is an act of submitting your understanding to divine wisdom, a choice to walk by faith, not by sight. Another modern example is Steve Harvey, a world-renowned entertainer, author, and motivational speaker. Harvey often speaks about moments when trusting his intuition, despite fear or uncertainty, opened unexpected doors of success. Early in his career, feeling led by a persistent inner voice, he left his stable job and pursued comedy full-time, a decision that eventually transformed his life. Are you being called even now to trust a direction that seems uncertain but feels unmistakably right deep within? Sometimes intuition may lead to outcomes that seem initially disappointing or unclear. You may wonder why a door closed, why a connection faded, or why an opportunity dissolved. But hindsight often reveals that what seemed like a setback was divine protection. Even when intuition leads you through difficulty, it is still teaching, still shaping, still preparing you. As it says in Romans 8:14, "For those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God." Intuition is not separate from God's Spirit. It is one of His chosen ways to shepherd you through the wilderness toward your promised land. Another real-life story illustrating the power of intuition is that of Serena Williams, one of the greatest athletes of all time. Serena has often credited her success not just to physical training, but to listening to her inner instincts, especially in high-stakes moments where logic alone could not prevail. Her ability to trust herself, even under pressure, has led her to break countless records. Could it be that your success, too, will hinge not merely on hard work, but on the sacred trust you place in your inner voice? Even the setbacks your intuition leads you through have value. Every no, every redirection, every uncomfortable delay is working for your good. As you listen more attentively to this internal compass, you cultivate discernment, resilience, and spiritual maturity. It is written in John 16:13, "But when He, the Spirit of truth, comes, He will guide you into all the truth." Your intuition is tethered to the Spirit of truth, offering you a lamp unto your feet, even when the path ahead is shrouded in mystery. One final example to consider is that of Walt Disney, a visionary who built an entertainment empire from a dream that many doubted. Disney faced numerous failures, bankruptcies, and betrayals, yet he consistently followed his intuitive belief in a world of imagination and wonder, a belief that logic and practical minds could not grasp at the time. What dream has been placed inside you that only your intuition can validate, even when others fail to see it? Chosen one, intuition is not merely an accessory to your life, it is a lifeline. It is your higher self's way of aligning you with divine timing, divine encounters, and divine breakthroughs. In a world full of noise, your ability to listen to that still, small voice will determine how fully you walk into your inheritance. Have you been honoring your inner nudges lately? Or have you been letting the noise of the world drown them out? As you continue your journey of spiritual awakening and divine alignment, remember, your intuition is not random. It is a sacred GPS installed by the Creator Himself, ready to guide you into the fullness of who you were born to be. Will you trust the compass God placed within you? Will you follow the quiet whispers that lead to miracles waiting just beyond the horizon? As you begin to trust the inner compass God placed within you, you'll find that the journey of spiritual awakening does not happen in isolation. Just as your inner voice leads you, the external world begins to respond. A new and powerful sign emerges, one that reveals the divine choreography of people appearing in your life at precisely the right time. Sign 4. The divine orchestration of people in your life. Have you ever met someone unexpectedly, someone whose presence seemed to arrive just when you needed encouragement, wisdom, or support? Perhaps it was a mentor, a friend, a stranger with just the right words, or even a fleeting encounter that shifted your perspective. Dear chosen one, these are not coincidences. They are divine interventions. The sudden appearance of people in your life is a profound sign that heaven is actively working on your behalf, weaving your story together with threads of divine timing and supernatural alignment. It is easy to overlook these moments or dismiss them as random chance, yet when you step back and view your life through spiritual eyes, you will recognize a tapestry far too intricate to be accidental. In Hebrews 13:2 we are reminded, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by so doing some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it." Could it be that some of the people who cross your path are angels in disguise, sent specifically to guide or protect you? Think of how Esther, a young Jewish woman, found herself in the palace of a Persian king for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. Her cousin Mordecai, who had raised her, was not a random figure in her life. He was placed by divine design to nurture her destiny. Without his influence and timely guidance, Esther might never have had the courage to risk everything to save her people. How many Mordecais has God already sent into your life, whispering courage when you needed it most? In modern times, we can see similar divine appointments in the life of Malala Yousafzai, the youngest Nobel Prize laureate. After surviving an assassination attempt, Malala was surrounded by mentors, doctors, and advocates who appeared at crucial moments, helping her recover and rise to global prominence. Each person seemed sent by destiny itself, guiding her to fulfill a greater calling than she could have imagined. Could it be that those who are appearing around you now are sent to elevate and protect the dreams hidden inside your soul? Sometimes the people sent into our lives bring challenges rather than comfort. They confront us, sharpen us, or push us toward change. Their role is no less divine, as Proverbs 27:17 teaches, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." Have you been paying attention to the ones who challenge you? Could they be instruments God is using to prepare you for something greater? Another moving example is the story of Helen Keller, who, though blind and deaf, became a world-renowned author and activist. None of it would have been possible without the arrival of Anne Sullivan, her teacher and lifelong companion. Anne appeared in Helen's life at a time when all seemed lost, and through love, patience, and relentless faith, unlocked the brilliance within Helen. Who in your life has been a key holder, unlocking doors within you that you could not open alone? God's divine orchestration is often most visible when you reflect on the synchronicities that shape your path. Think of moments when you just happened to meet someone who changed your life. Or consider the instances where a stranger's random advice sparked a breakthrough in your thinking. These are not accidents, they are sacred alignments. In Psalm 37:23, it is written, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him." Your steps, and the steps of those destined to walk beside you, are ordered by the Lord himself. Even the great Martin Luther King Jr. recognized the significance of divine appointments in his mission. Behind every public speech and march stood a network of advisors, friends, and supporters who were placed in his life at crucial moments to sustain the dream. Without their arrival and influence, the movement he led might not have endured. Are you perhaps standing at the threshold of a great movement, awaiting the arrival of the people God has already prepared to walk with you? Sometimes these divine encounters require you to remain open-hearted and discerning. Fear or past betrayals may tempt you to retreat, but remember, caution must not become isolation. In Ecclesiastes 4:9-10, it says, "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up." The people sent into your life are part of God's provision, not to replace your inner compass, but to confirm, strengthen, and catalyze your journey toward destiny. Imagine for a moment the life of Elon Musk, the pioneering entrepreneur behind Tesla and SpaceX. Musk's career has been marked by sudden collaborations and critical partnerships at pivotal junctures, many of which arrived seemingly by chance but turned out to be key to achieving breakthroughs that have changed industries. Could your next conversation, your next connection, be a catalyst for miracles far greater than you can currently see. Dear Chosen One, the sudden appearance of people in your life is not random. It is evidence that the universe, orchestrated by the hand of God, is actively working on your behalf. Every encounter carries hidden possibilities. Every conversation holds seeds of destiny. Every handshake, every word of encouragement, every unexpected reunion is charged with spiritual significance. Have you been open to receiving the people God is sending you? Are you paying attention to the unexpected faces and voices woven into your path? Could it be that someone sent to you today carries the very answer to a prayer you whispered long ago? In this beautiful, intricate dance between your soul and the divine, trust that you are never alone and that heaven is constantly arranging reinforcements for your journey. Will you embrace the help, the guidance and the divine companions being sent to lift you higher? As divine connections weave new possibilities into your life, another powerful channel of communication opens, one that comes not through voices or encounters, but from the deepest sanctuary within yourself. It is the realm of your thoughts, a sacred meeting place between your earthly mind and your eternal soul. Sign 5. The sacred realm of thoughts. Have you ever stopped to truly listen to the stream of thoughts flowing through your mind each day? Not just the loud thoughts of to-do lists and worries, but the quiet whispers that inspire, encourage, and gently correct. Dear Chosen One, your thoughts are not random echoes of a restless mind. They are profound instruments of spiritual communication, delicate threads connecting you to your higher self, your true identity in God's grand design. Our thoughts shape our perceptions, our decisions, and ultimately our destinies. They are the first battleground where spiritual victories are won or lost. In Philippians 4:8, we are commanded, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." The quality of your thoughts mirrors the state of your soul, reflecting the purity or pollution within your inner life. Imagine a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble to reveal a masterpiece hidden inside. Your thoughts are the sculptor's tools. Every idea you entertain either shapes you closer to your divine image or pulls you away from it. Have you been mindful of the thoughts you allow to dwell within you lately? Have you considered that some of the sudden bursts of insight you experience might be sacred messages, not mere coincidence? Even great figures in history have recognized the power of thought as a spiritual force. Consider Mahatma Gandhi, who famously said, "A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes." Gandhi's journey of non-violence and transformation began not with weapons or armies, but with a disciplined inner life. His ability to channel divine inspiration through intentional thought changed the course of nations. Could it be that your disciplined thoughts are the birthplace of revolutions yet to come? It is important to understand that thoughts are influenced by a deep interplay of emotions, beliefs, and spiritual energies. When aligned with your higher self, your thoughts become channels of creativity, compassion, courage, and faith. However, when disconnected, they become breeding grounds for fear, doubt, and stagnation. As Romans 12:2 reminds us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Renewal begins not with outer circumstances, but within, the quiet daily choices of what you dwell upon. Think about Thomas Edison, the brilliant inventor behind the light bulb. Edison was known for his relentless positivity and imaginative thinking, even in the face of repeated failures. He once said, "I've not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His ability to maintain higher vibrational thoughts unlocked innovations that changed humanity forever. What higher thoughts might you be called to nurture right now that could illuminate the world around you? Cultivating the sacred realm of thought requires intentional practices, meditation, mindfulness, gratitude, prayer, and self-examination. Through these disciplines, you create inner stillness, making it easier to distinguish the voice of your higher self from the noise of fear or ego. In 2 Corinthians 10:5 it states, "We take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ." Capturing thoughts is not passive work. It is a spiritual discipline, a courageous act of guarding your soul's garden, journaling your inspirations, pausing to reflect, and quietly observing your thought patterns without judgment, all deepen your relationship with your soul's wisdom. Some of your most creative and inspired ideas, the ones that feel like flashes of light out of nowhere, are actually sacred communications, nudging you toward your highest destiny. Have you been honoring these inner flashes? Are you documenting the insights whispered by your higher self before the noise of the world can drown them out? Consider Maya Angelou, the beloved poet and civil rights activist who spoke often of the profound thoughts and dreams that guided her powerful words. Her voice, rich with wisdom and compassion, was shaped in the quiet places of her mind where she communed with her higher spirit. Might there be a voice within you as well, waiting to be heard, ready to move hearts and change lives? There is a profound difference between the thoughts that emerge from ego, thoughts fueled by fear, comparison, resentment, and those that arise from the higher self, thoughts rooted in love, wisdom, and destiny. Learning to discern this difference is part of spiritual maturity. In Isaiah 26:3, we are assured, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." Peace is not the absence of storms. It is the reward for a mind anchored in divine truth. Dear Chosen One, your mind is a sacred temple. Every thought is a visitor. You decide which ones to entertain and which to send away. In the quietness of your mind, God is still speaking. Your higher self is still revealing. Your destiny is still unfolding. Will you choose to honor the thoughts aligned with your highest truth? And as you cultivate this sacred thought life, something remarkable begins to happen. Old connections that no longer serve your journey begin to dissolve. A natural separation occurs, not out of anger, but as part of divine realignment. As you elevate your inner world through the power of sacred thinking, the external world must also shift to reflect your rising vibration. This brings us to the next sign in your divine journey, the necessary, though often difficult, separation from certain individuals who can no longer walk with you into your higher calling. As your thoughts align with the sacred truth implanted deep within you, another profound stirring begins, not in your mind, but in your heart. Emotions, once fleeting and controllable, now surge with divine intensity. This is not an accident. It is the next sign in your awakening journey. Sign 6. The sacred intensity of your emotions. Have you ever wondered why your emotions have become so magnified lately? Why moments that once brushed past you now flood your heart with overwhelming power? Dear Chosen One, your emotions are no longer ordinary reactions. They are sacred instruments through which your higher self and the Spirit of God communicate profound truths. Emotional intensity is one of the most significant yet misunderstood signs of spiritual awakening. At times you may experience sudden waves of joy so radiant that it feels like your soul is dancing with heaven itself. Other times you may be plunged into deep sadness, not because of external circumstances, but because your spirit is shedding old wounds and illusions. Ecclesiastes 3:1-4 tells us, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance." Could it be that the intensity of your emotions is heaven's way of inviting you to a deeper season of transformation? Emotions are energy in motion, vibrations that carry the blueprint of your soul's evolution. When your higher self wishes to accelerate your growth, it often amplifies your emotions to shake loose the beliefs, attachments, and fears that no longer serve you. Have you noticed how small situations can now trigger profound insights or bring hidden wounds to the surface? This is not emotional weakness. This is sacred surgery. Consider Frida Kahlo, the celebrated painter whose intense physical and emotional suffering birthed masterpieces of deep humanity and spiritual resonance. Her art was an emotional mirror of her inner world, a world where pain and beauty coexisted. Could it be that your emotional storms are painting new masterpieces on the canvas of your destiny? In Psalm 34:18, we are reminded, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Your emotional valleys are not places of abandonment. They are sacred grounds where divine hands are closest, reshaping you from within. At times, this emotional intensity may border on feelings of melancholy or existential contemplation. You may ask yourself, why do I feel so much? Why do moments of beauty or sorrow pierce me so deeply? The answer is simple, yet profound. Your soul is expanding. Your spiritual receptors are being sensitized to perceive the hidden beauty, grief, and glory woven into the fabric of life itself. Think of Robin Williams, whose genius in comedy and acting stemmed from a heart so profoundly connected to the human condition that he could channel both joy and sorrow into healing laughter. Are your deep emotions preparing you to touch lives in ways words cannot explain? Your emotions are sacred guides. They are teaching you where your true values lie, what you must release, and where your true passions burn brightest. In Romans 12:15, it encourages us, "Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn." Feeling deeply is not a curse. It is a divine ability to mirror heaven's compassion on earth. And yet, as your emotions intensify, you will find yourself drawn to something even more essential, something quiet, tender, and irresistible, the sanctuary of solitude. In the sacred aftermath of emotional storms, a longing for sacred stillness emerges, a yearning to retreat into the secret place where only your soul and your Creator dwell. Sign 7. The Sacred Call to Solitude. Have you ever wondered why lately, even amidst crowds or conversations, you feel a gentle yearning, a soft but persistent call to retreat into yourself, as though an unseen hand is drawing you away from the surface noise of life into a deeper, richer, inner sanctuary? Dear chosen one, this pull towards solitude is not a coincidence, nor is it a sign that you are becoming detached from the world. It is a sacred invitation, a divine summoning into the chambers where your highest transformation will occur. When the higher self seeks deeper communion with your soul, it often orchestrates seasons where isolation becomes necessary. You may notice that activities you once enjoyed lose their appeal. Conversations that once seemed engaging now feel hollow. Social gatherings, entertainment, and even certain relationships may begin to feel strangely burdensome. Have you asked yourself, why do I crave silence more than ever before? Why do I feel more alive in solitude than in crowds? The answer is simple. Your spirit is responding to heaven's call to deeper alignment. Solitude is the sacred womb where destinies are reborn. In the stillness, distractions are stripped away and the true self emerges. In Mark 1:35, it is written, "Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house and went off to a solitary place where he prayed." If even the Son of God found it necessary to retreat into solitude to commune with the Father, how much more essential must it be for us as we navigate our divine assignments? But solitude is not always comfortable. In fact, it can initially feel disorienting, even painful. Old fears and suppressed emotions rise to the surface. The identity we built based on external validation begins to unravel. Yet it is in this sacred dismantling that our authentic, eternal identity is revealed. Have you considered that what feels like loss might actually be the clearing of the old soil, preparing you to bloom in ways you never imagined? Think of Moses, who spent 40 years in the wilderness after fleeing Egypt, alone, misunderstood, seemingly forgotten by man, but not forgotten by God. It was in that solitude that Moses was transformed from a fugitive into a liberator. In Exodus 3:1-4, it is recorded that it was while Moses was tending sheep, isolated in the desert, that he encountered the burning bush and received his divine commission. Could it be that your season of solitude is preparing you to encounter your own burning bush, your life's true calling? Modern history offers its own luminous examples. Think of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in solitary confinement, emerging not bitter but profoundly transformed, ready to lead a nation toward reconciliation. Mandela once said, "I went for a long walk to freedom," describing not just his physical journey, but his internal evolution. Could your current long walk through solitude be leading you to a freedom and purpose greater than you can now comprehend? In solitude, you become intimately acquainted with your own soul, the dreams, wounds, fears, and gifts that get lost in the noise of external life. As Psalm 139 verses 23-24 prays, "Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." In solitude, you invite God to search your heart and lead you into the way everlasting. And yet, solitude also brings clarity, not just about yourself, but about others. You begin to see more clearly who truly nourishes your spirit and who merely drains it. You recognize relationships based on soul connection versus those based on convenience, habit, or fear. Have you recently noticed that some friendships feel heavier, less aligned? That some conversations no longer satisfy, but exhaust you? This is the sacred sorting that solitude initiates. Consider Malala Yousafzai, who, after surviving an assassination attempt, spent long months in isolation recovering, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. In those hidden months, she clarified her purpose and emerged with a voice that would echo across nations. Might your current hiddenness be the gestation of a voice the world is waiting to hear? Solitude also reorients your focus. It pulls your gaze away from the validation of the world and anchors it in divine approval. In Galatians 1:10, Paul declares, "Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I was still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ." Solitude strips away the need to perform for others and restores the sacred pursuit of living, to please God alone. And yet, solitude is not just retreat, it is preparation. It is God crafting within you the resilience, wisdom, and authority needed for your next elevation. Just as a seed must be hidden underground before it can break through the soil and bloom, so too must your soul undergo seasons of sacred obscurity, hidden but growing, buried but not forgotten. Think of J.K. Rowling, who wrote the first Harry Potter book while living as a struggling single mother in near isolation. Out of that season of hiddenness emerged one of the most beloved literary phenomena of our time. Isolation birthed inspiration. Could your current solitude be incubating creations and callings the world desperately needs? Dear chosen one, I ask you, will you embrace this season even when it feels lonely? Will you trust that in the silence, the most profound conversations between your soul and God are taking place? The world may not understand your withdrawal. They may call it strange, unnecessary, even selfish. But you know better. You know that in the quiet you are being remade. In the stillness you are being strengthened. In the hidden place you are being crowned. And when the season of hiddenness ends, you will emerge not the same, but transformed, anointed for assignments that can only be entrusted to those who have learned to commune with God in solitude. Will you stay faithful in this sacred hiddenness? Will you let the silence carve within you the strength to carry the crown you are destined to wear? Sign 8. The call to meditation. Have you found yourself, almost without planning, feeling drawn to moments of deep stillness lately, as if something within you is whispering, "Pause, breathe, listen"? Dear chosen one, this gentle pull is not a passing whim. It is the sacred call to meditation, a divine invitation to step beyond the noise of the external world and enter the holy sanctuary of your inner being. Meditation is not a new practice invented by modern culture. It is an ancient bridge between humanity and the divine. In Psalm 1 verse 2, the blessed man is described as one whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. Meditation has always been heaven's strategy for tuning the human soul into the frequency of divine wisdom, peace, and revelation. Perhaps you have noticed that traditional prayers, conversations, or activities no longer fully satisfy your soul's hunger. There is a deeper thirst awakening within you, a thirst not for more words, but for more presence. Have you paused to wonder why? Could it be that your higher self, aligned with God's Spirit, is now leading you into the deeper waters where true transformation takes place? In meditation, you temporarily lay down the burdens of your human striving and allow your soul to simply be. It is in that sacred stillness that the Spirit whispers instructions, comfort, correction, and vision. In Psalm 46:10, God says, "Be still and know that I am God." Notice that stillness precedes knowing. Could it be that the revelations you seek will only be unlocked when you answer this call to sacred stillness? Consider the life of Martin Luther King Jr., a man who faced unimaginable pressures and demands. Despite his activism, King made solitude and meditation a daily priority. It was in those moments of quiet that he found the strength to stand before giants of injustice and proclaim a vision of freedom. Could it be that the battles you are called to fight and the victories you are destined to win require the inner fortification that only meditation can provide? Meditation is not about emptying your mind. It is about filling it with divine truth. It is the spiritual art of tuning in to the language of heaven. Have you ever entered into a moment of silence and without effort felt waves of peace washing over your mind? Moments where anxieties faded, answers surfaced, and a profound sense of connection flooded your spirit? That is the sacred encounter your soul now craves. In Joshua 1:8 it is declared, "Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful." Notice the promise tied to meditation: prosperity and success, not just materially, but spiritually, emotionally, relationally. Could it be that the breakthroughs you have been praying for are waiting quietly within the spaces of your surrendered stillness? Throughout history, countless trailblazers have tapped into the power of sacred reflection. Think of Mother Teresa, whose life of external service to the poor was fueled by hours of daily silent prayer and meditation. In the secret place of stillness, she drew strength for a public life of relentless love. What hidden strength might be waiting to rise within you if you dare to prioritize stillness? Meditation also serves as a holy purifier. In a world drowning in noise, anxiety, distractions, and superficiality, meditation cuts through the chaos and recenters your soul. It cleanses your inner temple, so that your true purpose can burn brightly once more. As Isaiah 26:3 promises, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." Meditation is the pathway to that steadfast mind. Have you noticed that as you meditate, even for a few minutes a day, your ability to handle life's stresses improves? That you feel less reactive, more grounded, more clear? These are not coincidences. They are sacred evidences that your higher self is merging more intimately with your earthly life. The call to meditation often coincides with major spiritual shifts. It is no surprise that the greatest innovators, leaders, and visionaries of our time honored this practice. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, credited meditation for many of his most groundbreaking creative insights. He spoke openly about how stepping into silence sharpened his intuition and unleashed creativity beyond ordinary imagination. Could your next innovation, your next elevation, be waiting in the sacred quietude you are being summoned into? Meditation is also where divine healing occurs. The stress, trauma, and emotional wounds accumulated through years of striving and surviving find balm in the stillness. It is where heaven rewrites your inner narratives and replaces fear with faith, sorrow with joy, confusion with clarity. In Matthew 11:28-29, Jesus invites us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." Could it be that your weariness is not a sign of failure, but a sign that you are finally ready for the rest only found in divine presence? Dear chosen one, meditation is not a duty, it is a homecoming. It is the moment where your higher self, your soul, and the Spirit of God embrace without words. It is the secret altar where you are both emptied of the false and filled with the eternal. Have you felt the call? Have you heard the whisper to slow down, to sit in stillness, to breathe in the breath of God? This is your invitation. This is your sacred appointment. Will you answer the call? Sign 9, the awakening of inspiration and enthusiasm. Have you felt it lately? A subtle but undeniable surge of excitement about life, even amid uncertainty. A stirring within your spirit that makes you look at old dreams with fresh eyes and new dreams with burning anticipation? Dear chosen one, this is not mere restlessness. It is the final powerful sign that your higher self is awakening within you, the miraculous birth of divine inspiration and sacred enthusiasm for the life you were always destined to live. As your connection to your higher self deepens, life itself begins to take on new vibrancy. You no longer move merely from obligation or survival. You are propelled by a deeper current, a holy momentum that infuses your actions with meaning, your visions with fire, and your heart with courage. In Isaiah 43:19, God declares, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." Can you perceive it? Can you feel the newness springing up within you even now? Transformation at this level often manifests as a surge of creativity. Ideas begin to flood your mind. Business concepts, ministry visions, artistic projects, community initiatives. Your mind, once dulled by routine, now dances with possibility. Have you noticed yourself brainstorming solutions, envisioning new paths, feeling unexplainably bold to attempt what once seemed impossible? Consider Walt Disney, a man whose name today is synonymous with imagination and wonder. Yet he began with failures, bankruptcy, and rejection. What kept him moving forward was an unwavering sense of inspiration, a divine enthusiasm that no obstacle could extinguish. Could it be that the spark igniting within you now is your higher self, urging you to create worlds the world has not yet seen? As inspiration grows, so does your focus. procrastination diminishes. You find yourself naturally organizing your life, your goals, your habits, your priorities, without needing external pressure. Passion becomes your discipline. Enthusiasm becomes your fuel. In Colossians 3:23, we are urged, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." Your awakened soul no longer works for fleeting applause. It labors for an eternal purpose. Every project, every venture, every risk becomes an act of sacred stewardship. Yet this awakening also demands courage. As your higher self calls you into new territories, fear may whisper, "Who do you think you are to attempt this?" But in the language of the Spirit, you hear louder, "Who do you think you are not to?" Have you recently felt a tug to step into a bold new chapter, starting a business, entering a new relationship, launching a creative endeavor, or relocating to an unfamiliar land? Could it be that these nudges are not random desires, but strategic activations by your higher self? Think about Elon Musk, the entrepreneur who repeatedly ventured into industries where failure was almost guaranteed. Space exploration, electric cars, neural technology. He faced skepticism, setbacks, and near ruin. Yet the inner fire of inspiration propelled him forward, and through it, he transformed multiple industries. Might your willingness to heed the fires of divine inspiration unlock revolutions that others have not even dared to imagine? The awakening of inspiration also brings a profound shift in how you see challenges. Difficulties no longer crush you, they call forth resilience. Obstacles become opportunities for creative problem solving. Failure becomes fertilizer for future harvests. In 2 Timothy 1:6-7, Paul reminds Timothy, "For this reason, I remind you to fan into flame the gift of God, which is in you. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." Chosen one, now is the time to fan the flame within you, to breathe life into the embers of dormant dreams until they blaze forth in undeniable glory. Look also to Oprah Winfrey, who rose from poverty and trauma to become one of the most influential voices of our time. Her life was not handed to her, it was forged through a relentless commitment to inner transformation and outward action. What greatness might be lying dormant within you, waiting only for your permission to rise? Dear chosen one, your life is not meant to be a repetition of survival cycles. You are called to innovation, transformation, and inspiration. You are not here merely to exist. You are here to create, to build, to pioneer. Have you embraced the fire awakening in your bones? Have you dared to believe that you were born not to fit in, but to redefine what is possible? This sacred enthusiasm is your anointing for new territory. This renewed creativity is heaven's evidence that you have been prepared for more. This surge of inspiration is the final divine signature marking your readiness for the next dimension of your purpose. Will you step boldly into the new land your higher self is pointing toward? Will you dare to become the living miracle that the world desperately needs to see? The choice and the calling is now yours. Beloved, chosen one, as we come to the end of this sacred journey together, I want to remind you that the signs we explored are only a glimpse into the vast and beautiful tapestry of communication between your higher self and your earthly life. These signs, vivid dreams, divine reflections, sacred intuition, orchestrated encounters, transformative thoughts, emotional intensities, seasons of solitude, calls to meditation, and the awakening of unstoppable inspiration, are living proofs that you're not walking this path alone. Heaven is guiding you. Your higher self is leading you. Destiny is calling you. Of course, this journey is deeply personal and infinite. There are many more signs yet to unfold, many layers yet to be revealed. Every soul's awakening is as unique as their fingerprint, That is why I lovingly encourage you to continue carving out moments for reflection, contemplation, and sacred listening. These quiet moments are portals, gateways through which your spirit communes with divine wisdom. In the stillness, you will find answers. In the silence, you will find strength. I pray that the words we shared today have ignited a spark within your heart, a spark of remembrance, of encouragement, of awakening. I pray that you feel seen, understood, and more connected to your divine purpose than ever before. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for walking this path with me today. Your presence here, your open heart, your willingness to seek deeper truth, these are priceless treasures. If this message resonated with you, I warmly invite you to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more content rooted in inspiration and transformation, and share this message with others who may also need this light on their journey. Your voice matters. Please leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. I would be honored to hear from you. If you feel called and would like to support this mission through a super thanks donation, please know that every offering, no matter the size, is deeply appreciated and helps us continue to create and spread this sacred work. However, whether you choose to donate or simply bless us with your presence, know that my gratitude for you remains immeasurable. You are seen, you are valued, and you are loved beyond words. Beloved chosen one, as you continue to awaken and walk boldly into the fullness of who you were created to be, I release over you a blessing of divine favor. May your dreams be illuminated by heaven's light. May your steps be ordered by infinite wisdom. May your heart remain steadfast, your spirit unshakable, and your journey overflowing with grace, joy, and fulfillment. Until we meet again, take care of your soul, cherish your journey, and remember, you are chosen, you are called, you are destined for greatness. See you soon.